but her lack of professionalism and poor judgment in delegating responsibilities to others appears to have significantly contributed to her falling below the standards of care.
Stern words from Dr. Jonathan B. Fable, just one member of the 12-member board tasked with investigating complaints and issuing, or in this case, revoking license as deemed fit.
Dr. Roxy claims that this will change her life forever. Well, she has single-handedly forever changed the lives of at least 3 people.
It was the concerns of not meeting the standard of care that brought the physician to this point. As early as 2018, Dr. Groy was asked to address concerns of patient privacy on social media. The plastic surgeon often posted behind-the-scenes video, often shot in an operating room. The board also sent notice to the surgeon explaining 3 patients treated from 2020 to 2022 were treated inappropriately or given improper discharge papers. Those concerns, plus others, including a recovery house run by the surgeon, not staffed by medical professionals, and surgeries performed in an office setting without the proper licensure, were all evaluated by the board.
And sometimes I did silly or fun videos, simply to make people smile in this world, which is often negative and difficult to navigate.
That's not your job. Your job is to care for people, okay? That's not your job, boo. That's not your job. When you're on the job and you have people's life in your hands, focus on that. We'll let other people in the circus do that. Let the comedians do that. That's not your job.
Hey, listen.
No. What the hell?
Let's keep watching. Let's watch.
I didn't send any videos while I was doing that with your dirty ass phone.
And for the first time, the physician spoke publicly, calling the initial suspension humbling and pleading for another chance. But for former patients at the hearing, the plea simply wasn't enough. Former patient Mary Jenkins won a civil case against the former doctor. She says the license revocation is in a sense closure, but adds the damage she and so many other women live with will never go away.
It'll never go away because every time we look down and we see a scar, we're going to remember.
So what is the extent of what you actually did?
YouTube channel.
This is a very valid question. Let's look it up.
What the fuck is going on? It's kind of also like you don't want to look away because you're like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Like, how did this
So this is Cassandra Bankson, who did extensive research on the topic. So let's take a look.
happen? A TikTok doctor had her medical license suspended for alleged botched surgeries, live streaming procedures on TikTok, potentially without patient permission, and telling those patients not to call 911 if they had medical complications. Yeah. Dr. Roxy, also known as Dr. Gra, is a plastic surgeon from Ohio. She had 850,000 followers on TikTok and I think 130-something thousand on Instagram. And although she grew up in San Diego, California, she went to medical school in 2005 when she became a doctor. And just because you're a doctor doesn't mean that you're a plastic surgeon or that you have specialized in anything. So she went through what appears to be an extra 5 years of training to become a plastic surgeon. And she's actually been a plastic surgeon and operated her own clinic called the Roxy Clinic, where people could get a Foxy Roxy body, which she's done for the past 13 years.
Let me get a number 2 in the Foxy Roxy body. Thank you. Supersize the titties and the ass for me. Thank you.
I mean, it's America, the land of...
Yeah, but it's just funny for me. It's just funny.
Yeah, man.
TikTok is...
No, they all, what a mommy makeover?
Yeah, with a Diet Coke, please. Come on.
No, I mean, that's the names. They try to make everything sound cute and sexy to remove the stigma of surgery.
Well, TikTok has not been around for 13 years, but it has been around for a little bit more than 3. And apparently, ever since 2020, Dr. Roxy has not only been posting online, but actually getting in trouble for it. And although everyone's reporting on this as like a TikTok surgery disaster, there's a lot.
Motherfucker is passed out in the back, probably didn't consent to that. So you see the vitals of the person, although the person looked dead, the person is live and alive. We're losing the patient. We just have to go for 2 seconds. That's just crazy.
And we're not just talking about the surface of the skin. Now, when anyone has been in practice for 13 years, there's bound to be complications, right? Human bodies are complex. But the complications here have gotten real bad. And the alleged potential cover-ups and the potential lack of post-procedure or after-procedure care that patients have allegedly not been given, it's led to 3 lawsuits this winter alone. And yes, she did just get her MD or her medical license revoked. Now, when it comes to TikTok, a lot of doctors and dermatologists and estheticians and care providers doctors are using social media almost as a resume. There's some very interesting data on how social media is the new resume. Social media is an intrinsic part of our life. Times she was promoting plastic surgery unnecessarily, such as doing this pencil test with the cleavages, and I will actually link to this in the description if you want to see it. This pencil test, I don't know if it's something she created or not, but she was basically telling women, if you don't pass this test with a pencil, you have to come get plastic surgery, which is not an ethical way to do marketing in my personal opinion. But it's not just my opinion here, because apparently the medical board agreed. The state medical board suspended her license on November 18th, and they actually saw a lot of issues both with what she was posting on social media as well as some of the botched surgeries and complaints that people were having. She claims that her approach to plastic surgery was different. She had an all-female staff, and she claimed that it was, quote, like a spa, when people came to get things like a tummy tuck or a boob job, or even, yes, Brazilian butt lifts, which her clinic offered. But she also had a unique approach to her aftercare. She basically had like a Roxy clinic. She called her followers her Foxies, and people who would come get these procedures would actually stay in like a house or
Hi, Foxies. That is weird, my guy. I don't.
I'm sure there's a lot of women who find that shit cute though. I'm sure
Yeah,
it's very
that's
effective.
100%.
As weird as it is to us,
100%.
I could see women being like, "Oh,
100%.
mimosas and surgery."
100%.
This video is brought to you by Surfshark.
Stop what you're doing right now. Just quick reminder, you need Surfshark in your life. Why? Well, Surfshark is a VPN changer. If you're using public Wi-Fi, the public Wi-Fi is actually filthy because all the information is not encrypted. If you have the Surfshark, it encrypts the information for you so that if you do a transaction, it's safer. Not only that, it comes with an antivirus. Do you know that Surfshark is the only VPN changer that there's no limits in the devices? Yeah, if you have 3 phones, 1 subscription, boom, 3 phones. Why would you have 3 phones? I don't know. That's your business though. And if you click on the link below right now, click on the link, use promo code ABBA and Preach, you're gonna be able to have on top of your subscription 3 months for free. And there's a 30-day money back warranty. Get yourself a VPN changer to be a little bit more safe because you're on the public Wi-Fi right now. And that shit is filthy. Ugh. The things that people do on the public Wi-Fi.
or a location where they recovered. Think of like the Dr. Phil house, but for Brazilian butt lift recovery surgery. Now, some of the main issues were what actually happened in those recovery clinics or what didn't happen after those surgeries, and what was posted on social media, part of the time without permission or without even paying attention to what was going on. Now, please keep in mind that all of this is alleged. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. And there are some that are speaking up and posting on TikTok and vocal about it, and others that are staying silent. Essentially, multiple people started filing complaints from botched surgeries, infections, things not healing properly, having bad reactions and not getting discharge paper, or basically the what you're supposed to do after this treatment sort of papers that are medically required to provide. And some people were even told not to call 911. There was specifically this woman who posted her story on TikTok saying that she went to Dr. Roxy because she was so excited and found her on social media, but then her tummy tuck as a new mom was botched, and now she's having to have a corrected surgery and it hurts for her to even stand. Another person had bowel perforation from liposuction, which is not only horrible and has the potential to cause major infection and complications. Yes, there's always risks when it comes to liposuction. Out of all of the procedures that plastic surgeons do, liposuction is known to be one of the safer ones. And the fact that liposuction actually put holes into someone's intestines, that's kind of hard to do, which we're gonna talk about exactly how that happens. But when you look at some of these videos that were posted online of Dr. Roxy like not even paying attention to the camera, as a viewer of this who's just watching this objectively, and again,
That watching the camera while you have a whole tube and something, nah, B, you're foul for this shit.
Okay, you can go into details if you guys want to look up more. Cassandra Bankson does a good video on the topic,
Yeah.
but you guys can go check out the TikToks themselves. I'll say this. Social media is a hell of a drug, and the way it's got some of y'all in its grips, god dang. This woman threw away her whole fucking career as a doctor for likes. Actually, you know what? I need to stop saying that, because like Cassandra was saying, social media really do be these doctors' resumes. How they expand their clinics. It's how they find a lot of their clients. I think it's like here in Canada, it's unethical for clinics and doctors to market themselves privately. The reason being is because when they're going on social media and they're doing all these posts and stuff like that, they constantly try to find ways to make things more appealing, less medical, less this, less that, and just trying to garner as many people through the doors, which leads to really shoddy marketing tactics. All right, to the point where it stops being about a medical practice and how you can make it look cool and glamorous rather than making the procedure really good. Which, when I see stuff like this, I understand why they have these laws and practices here in Canada, and I prefer it that way personally. Sometimes I see some medical professionals or counselors or psychologists that are online, and you see these people giving asinine diagnoses or just really weird stuff because it's appealing on social media or it's garnering them views. And you have to think that they're using their position of authority, the board certified certificates that they're given, to be able to garner the attention of so many people, right? People are watching not because this person's interesting, but because doctor is watching or reacting to a situation, right? So, you know, these titles come with a tremendous amount of power, and sometimes the way that they wield their social media accounts, it doesn't seem like they wield that power with any responsibility. So, yeah, me watching some of this stuff, I think it's very disappointing. But I want to ask you, what do you think is watching all this?
Well, you said most of it. You know, it's crazy how social media got us. I think it's a bit different in the States than it is in Canada. But still, I still see it here a bit to be able to promote people, and people are watching a lot. Yeah, social media is very much the resume of a lot of people. You know what I mean? For a lot of things, not just for jobs, just for, you know, when you try to meet someone. You're going to try to look at the social media to see what kind of thing they post. If it's too cringe, you're probably going to dash that away. Which I understand. But they do that with work and stuff like that. So for tattoo artists, I could understand. For certain things, when medical, when you have the lives of people in your hands, I don't know, it's a bit weird. It could be super weird. Hey, young guy, calling people, the marketing behind it is super weird. Like you're ordering something. Foxy Roxy Body.
Hi, everybody. Just wanted to give everybody a quick update as what's going on. So, sorry. I went in the ER on Friday, and today is Sunday, and I'm still here. They're gonna keep me again. I have lost track on how many IV antibiotics that I've been given, but I have definite infection. I know one is a staph infection, and there's another one, I'm not too sure what it's called, but I'm supposed to see an infectious disease doctor today. Just trying to get through this. I'm probably gonna lose my job over this, so don't know what I'm gonna do for money. But it is what it is, and I will get through this. At this point, I just want to be home with my children and my family, so I appreciate everybody's positive thoughts. So, sorry for me looking disastrous, but just please continue to, prayers and everything else, and try to share this as much as possible, so hopefully more people come forward, because this is not okay. She's basically flipped my life upside down. Pretty much hopefully not about possibly losing my job. Just the mental stress that I've gone through. So, being away from my family.
All right. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's real people affected by this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know? So it's one thing if you're making burgers and you want to be on TikTok. It's a different thing if you're an open heart surgeon. You're like, all right, so
There's levels to this shit. There's levels to this shit, definitely.
Yeah, I mean.
You want to dance and flip burgers, but you want to have people's life in your hand and flip burgers. It's like a cop. It's just like a cop. If the cop is just on the job and like, ooh, look at me, I arrested this baddie, I can't take you seriously, okay? Anyways, whatever.
Hey, man.
The reasoning of
I
why
can't get over it.
The reasoning why you made like you're making a milkshake or some shit. The reasoning of why you were making those videos as well is super lame. Super lame. Super lame. You're not fucking Taylor Swift. You know, shake it off. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're disconnected at this point. In this world that we live in, I just want to make fun, cute videos to me. That's not your job, boo-boo. Oh my days. You said to yourself, it'd be a good idea to, let me be on the wheel of a city bus, right? But in the same time, I want to enlighten everybody's moves. So I'm going to make TikTok dance while I'm going to be behind the wheel. The fuck is wrong with you? Drive your bus, stupid. There's other people, there's traffic, you got to be attentive. There's cyclists. Yo, disconnected. But whatever. You lost your license, you should have gone to jail. You lost your license, I think you got off easy, my girl. You lost your license, you should have gone to jail.
Yeah, you altered the lives of so many people. Like
jail.
Absolutely.
Jail.
It is actually crazy how many professionals, be it cops, this kind of shit, are able to escape like real punishment.
Jail.
It is fascinating.
Jail.
And when they do go to the jail, they get like 60 days.
They gotta do jail from home. What the fuck is jail from home?
Yeah, Baldur's Gate just came out. I'm about to be playing that shit all day.
You know what I mean? Like, yo.
I don't know. It's just, it's interesting watching this now.
Paid leave. Fuck out of here.
Because I'm realizing just how sick some of this shit is in terms of attention seeking. It's really a sick.
You should have been in prison.
Yes.
You should have been in prison 100%, my girl.
Hey, listen. Klaus, it is a sickness of the highest order.
And we do not want it.
It is deviant. Therefore, we don't want it. There you go. Anything else? We are done with this one. She has decided to call herself a doctor. Huh? But we have to ask, who has asked for her? Huh? The wrong people. They went in for a tummy tuck. Now they look like a snowman. I feel bad for them. They are melting every day. My friend, you wanted to go for breast implants. Now you have triangles for titties. I feel bad for you. You have a pizza slice, 1 pepperoni.
Get the fuck out of here. Cut this shit out. Cut this shit out. Cut this shit. Cut this shit out.
You have a pizza slice?
Cut this shit out.
1 pepperoni. You know this one? Eh?
Cut this shit out. Go cut this shit out.
Hey.
You foul for this shit. You foul. You hella foul.
Yes. But y'all are laughing, huh?
1 pepperoni. Melting like cheese.
It is a good one, huh? It is one I got from my uncle, huh? When he was going to the whorehouse, he said this one had a pizza breast, 1 pepperoni.
1 pepperoni.
Dr. Raxi, if you are watching this one, this time you are going to pay your tax. If you don't, you are going to jail.
You should have gone to jail, girl.
Yes, I agree. Someday. Have a good day. Goodbye.